Hi, this is Mikey D, and I wanted to do a quick review of the mic setup that I got. I am a Linux user, and I run this under Arch Linux. And going into this, I didn't know quite what I was doing. I had bought a Blue Yeti snowball mic, and it seemed actually it was broken because I tried it on 3 or 4 different machines. It didn't work. So when I went for a replacement device, I decided to go with the Blue Yeti. It had adjustable settings. Not only can you do cardioid, which is great for podcasting direct, one-to-one from your voice to the mic. It has other settings that you could do interviews with. It's not the top tier mic, obviously. It's not the best mic, but it seems to be a great mic to start out with. It works great on Linux. Shows up on Audacity most of the time. Sometimes I have to restart Audacity or unplug and replug it back in. I wanted some setup that could be $100 or less, something that I knew I could get on, the cheap and not spend hundreds of dollars, which I know for a really good setup you probably would, but I wanted something affordable that I could go through. Originally, what happened is I got this mic, plugged it in, everything worked. I had it pointed directly at me instead of vertical like this, and even if we were to flip this upright, that would be okay as long as my voice is carrying into it. There's microphones all around this Yeti mic, so when you have it in cardioid mode, you don't want to have it pointed directly at your face. What happened to me is that even though I had it on my desk, in which is not the best place, and I'll get to that in a second, you're going to pick up a lot of your keys. So if I were to mash a bunch of buttons here, I mean, you'll catch a little bit of it, but nothing you wouldn't normally hear in most videos. So what I got, and once I figured that out, the correct orientation, actually things came out okay. And I did record one of the first, I think in a long time, the Disher Watch Weekly podcast, and I got that on there, and everything seemed to sound okay. So my next move was, what else do I need? So one of the next big things you're going to want, and this is all coming from, I was jumping headfirst into this. I'm not a professional at this. A pop filter is something you definitely want to invest in. So the Yeti mic will cost you around $60 to $70. This pop filter here, something that could cost around $3 to $6 on up dollars. Pop filter is a pop filter. Most of them are the same exact thing, minus the clip that's on it. And what it will do is stop the fast air burst coming from your mouth when you're speaking. So if you have puh or anything that's going to produce a quick burst of air, it'll try and stop that, and it's very effective. So I definitely recommend getting that. The next thing I wanted to do is get this off my desk, right in front of my face, where it's going to, and on a stand right in front of my face, where it's going to pick up the best audio, where it's going to be able to record directly in my mouth here. So one of the things I got was a cheap stand, and I don't know if you can see this on here on the mic. So it just says professional recording microphone stand. It's very cheap, so it's not exactly professional, but it does the job. And on the back here, you'll notice probably, where it comes from. And one thing that I did find kind of nice is this actual mount here that goes on the desk. It's basic, but it actually worked pretty well. I was worried that wouldn't attach to my desk pretty nice. And one thing as well that you'll notice, if I can adjust my hand here, is that on this actual photo, in the Amazon link, which I'll include in the description, at the top of the, if I can find it, at the top here, there was a turnstile that was supposed to be included, where you would tighten it up here. However, that wasn't the case, and for some reason, I knew that might have been, what was going to happen because another person at Amazon said that. But regardless, about $16 for this. It gets it off the desk, helps with some of the vibrations. The way you can help with, hitting the mic or hitting something on your desk if you have an unstable desk, which mine is not the best, you can get a shock mount, which will go all the way around this. Now, unfortunately for the Blue Yeti mic, that is something that most of these shock mounts you have to buy directly for whatever mic you're going for. There are some universal ones, but for this mic, this Blue Yeti is a larger mic than normal around. So that's about $60, but I am recording without it. It is nice if you want that extra, insurance. It's not 100% necessary, but you'll have to gauge that based on your environment and your recording. I don't record obviously in a sound studio. It's, you know, just an office room with a monkey in the corner. So that's pretty much it. Once I got this on the stand, it is nice and pretty durable. You have it oriented in the way that it probably should, you know, be. There's different settings on this mic here. There's an individual volume. There is a mic output on this. So if you want to have, you know, an earbud, you know, plugged in here, listening to your feedback or to something else, like if you're recording gameplay, you can do that. On the reverse side here will be the cardioid settings, as well as, let's see. Oh, and the gain that's for the microphone. I have the gain turned all the way down and things seem to be coming through just fine. However, if you have it farther away from you, you'll probably want to, you know, play with the gain. It will distort the audio, so be careful with that. But I can read it here. It is a Dragonpad pop filter is what I bought. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions at all, write them in the description. I'll have the links to everything that I bought here. And hopefully this will help some of you folks that want to get started in YouTube recording, especially if you're a Linux user. And this is something, I don't run Windows at all. So I was glad everything worked out pretty well here. All right. Thank you very much.